Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst rolling hills, there lived a young boy named Kiyo. Kiyo was known for his warm smile, compassionate heart, and unwavering faith in a higher power. He firmly believed that God had a plan for everyone, and that no matter how challenging life may seem, everything happened for a reason. One day, as Kiyo was walking through the village market, he noticed an old man sitting under a tree deep in thought. Curiosity piqued. He approached him with a kind smile and asked, "Excuse me, sir, is something troubling you?" The old man looked up, his eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and resignation. "Son, I have lost everything," he said with a heavy sigh. "I was once a prosperous merchant, but misfortune has befallen me. I have lost my wealth, my family, and my hope. I cannot understand why God would let such misfortune happen to me." Kiyo sat down beside the old man, his compassionate eyes filled with empathy. He gently placed his hand on the old man's trembling shoulder and said, "Dear sir, I believe that God always has a plan for us, even in the darkest of times. It may be difficult to see it now, but perhaps there is a greater purpose behind your struggles." The old man looked at Kiyo, both skeptical and intrigued by his words. "How can you be so sure, young boy? How can you believe that there is a plan when everything seems to have crumbled around me?" Kiyo smiled, his voice filled with unwavering conviction. "Sir, have you ever seen a weaver at work?" The old man shook his head. "Let me tell you a story," Kiyo began. "Once there was a skilled weaver who created the most intricate and beautiful tapestries. People marveled at the artistry and precision of his work. One day, a stranger approached the weaver and asked, 'How do you create such magnificent tapestries?' The weaver smiled and replied, 'My dear friend, it is a process of trust and patience. You see, when I start weaving, the pattern is hidden from my sight. All I can see is a tangled mess of threads. Yet I trust in the design that exists within my heart, and I have faith that every thread I weave has a purpose." The old man listened intently, his gaze fixed on Kiyo. "Similarly, sir," Kiyo continued, "our lives are like tapestries being woven by the hands of God. We may not always see the bigger picture or understand why certain events unfold the way they do, but we must have faith that there is a divine plan at work. Just as the weaver creates beauty from chaos, God weaves together the threads of our lives, molding us into who we are meant to be." The old man pondered Kiyo's words, feeling a glimmer of hope rekindle within him. "Perhaps you are right, young boy. Perhaps there is a plan, even in my darkest hour." Kiyo smiled, his eyes shining with compassion. "Trust in the process, sir. Have faith that God's plan for you is greater than anything you can imagine. Even when life seems overwhelming, remember that every setback is an opportunity for growth, and every challenge is a stepping stone toward a brighter future." The old man thanked Kiyo for his wisdom and walked away, his heart a little lighter than before. And as Kiyo watched him disappear into the distance, he whispered a silent prayer, knowing that he had reminded him of a truth that could transform his life. The morale of the story is that God always has a plan for each and every one of us. In times of hardship and despair, it may be difficult to understand the reasons behind our struggles. However, it is important to have faith and trust that there is a greater purpose at work. Just as a weaver creates a beautiful tapestry from a tangled mess of threads, God weaves together the events of our lives to shape us into who we are meant to be. We must embrace the challenges we face, knowing that they are opportunities for growth and learning. By having unwavering faith in God's plan, we can find hope, strength, and ultimately discover that our lives have a profound purpose.